Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Squad. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to dress up as all the Encanto characters. I'm super excited for this video, so already hit the like button and subscribe to the Squad, and let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to say I've already showed you guys the cheapest way to dress up as these characters that I'm going to be showing today. I have several videos on each of them. I've taught you guys how to dress up as Mirabel, Dolores, Isabella, Luisa, and so on. And you can find them under the playlist called Encanto Royale High, or you can just scroll through my channel. I didn't do them that long ago. You can just find them. And yeah. But right, let's already get started with Mirabel. I guess the first thing we want to do is change the skin tone, and I've actually already figured out Mirabel's skin tone, and I did use the exactly same skin tone in the last Mirabel video. It's exactly this one right here. Alright. This may seem a little bit darker than Mirabel, but it's just because of the realm that I'm in right now. If I were to go to, for example, Diamond Beach, it would look lighter. If I were to go to the apartments, it would look a little bit lighter. It just changes in every single realm because the filters change in every single realm. But I believe the skin tone that you should use is this one. Next up is the face. All you have to do is look up Mirabel right here. It is by Debbie Bunn, so even if you looked him up, you'd be able to find her face. It's her face right there. Next up is the hairstyle. Alright. Right, and this right here is the hairstyle that I found that looked the closest to Mirabel's. I know it's a little bit more poofy than her hair in the movie, and I believe I'm just going to go ahead and keep the same hair color that I had on before. It's a dark brown. You can find under the more hair colors. If you don't have that path, you can just use this black right here. Alright, next up is of course her outfit. And the skirt that I'm going to be using is going to be the December string skirt. And the color of the skirt that I'm going to be using is under the blue category right here. Alright guys, once you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to be able to see this one. This is the one that I've been using. I think it's the one that best matches because her skirt is kind of like an ombre, lighter on the top, darker at the bottom. So you can just go ahead and click that. And I'm going to be using it on these three categories, except for the glitter one, because if you change the glitter toggle color, then it just looks off. Alright, so I just colored them all. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be using this toggle. I don't think I will because of the white. I think, honestly, one of my favorite toggles in this skirt is, I honestly love all the toggles, but it's probably the third one, this one right here. And I think this one is just going to match Mirabel so well. If you don't want the glitter on top, you can totally just take that out by adding the exact same color of the skirt onto that glitter toggle because then it just stops shining. I personally really like glitter, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. Next up is the torso. Let's go ahead and choose it. For her torso, I'm going to be using the Miss Lady Rose bodice. And what you want to do is you want to go into the floral category. I believe it's the floral. Here we go. And you just want to scroll down a little bit to find that color. So I personally have been using this fabric right here. It's really hard to just zoom in on it. It's this one right here. And I just used it as color 1. For color 2, I actually used black because her dress does have some little black details. If you guys prefer, you can totally just use this. But I personally am going to be using the black. Alright? So next up is the sleeves. I am going to be using that's actually going to be underarms, the Gospel Bleeder sleeves. And you can just go ahead and reuse the colors from previous outfits. That's exactly how I do it usually. Yeah, so pretty much just that. Now we just got to accessorize, just put some glasses on her right there. I usually personally use the fashionable round frames, these ones right there, and I just colored the color 1. A very dark green. That green, honestly, I feel like it matches that perfectly for her glasses. And she also wears a bag and some earrings, as well as shoes. As her bag, I usually use the Antique Messenger satchel, and I make it this color right here. You can totally leave color 2 and color 3 because they're just details. I personally am just going to go ahead and color the entire accessory that color, just because that's the color of her bag. Mirabel does wear earrings, and you guys can go ahead and choose whatever earrings you prefer. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Kingdom earrings because they're round. They're quite big, I know that. I'm just going to go ahead and make them purple. But Royale High, honestly, I haven't been able to find the earrings that would be perfectly a perfect match with Mirabel's. Next up is the shoes, and for Mirabel, I have been using the, oh no, where is that? Where is it? I literally can't find anything. The cherry blossom sandals, okay? Just because they match a lot very well, and I usually just make them this color because I'm pretty sure that's kind of like her sandals color. You can probably use the glittering jelly platforms, but yes, I just think this one matches quite well with hers. So this is Mirabel right here. If you guys have a better way, let me know in the comments. Next up is Isabella. Alright guys, so for Isabella, her skin tone, I believe, this was Mirabel's, I believe hers is something like this one. That's the one I've been choosing. You guys can let me know whether you think I chose the wrong one. You can let me know down in the comments. Next up is, of course, her face, and you just have to look up Isabella, just like we did with Mirabel, because Debbie Bunce was like an angel, and he made all the faces for Encanto characters, which just makes me so happy. For Isabella's hair, I have been actually using this one. I think it's called Casual Side Part. I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I'm horrible with the names of the hairs. So that's the one I've been using, and I've also been using, I'm just going to go ahead and leave, actually her hair is probably like more of a black, so I'm going to go ahead and actually choose the black color, the free color right here. Next up is, of course, her skirt. So I'm going to go ahead and, once again, using the December Stream skirt, and I'm actually going to be using this color right here. It's kind of like a purplish. I know it doesn't have flowers technically on it, but when you put flowers on these dresses, they expand them, which just makes it look kind of weird. And I think this just gives that little sort of like glittering vibe from her dress. And once again, we're not going to change anything about the glittering toggle. I am not going to make her use the same toggle as Mirabel. I am actually going to be using the oops, what did I just do? Oh my gosh. Okay. What did I do? Okay, guys, as I was saying, I'm going to be using the second toggle, this one right here. I just think it matches Isabella really, really well. Okay, for Isabella, I'm actually going to be using the Peppermint Princess bodice because it does have like that more princessy feeling to it. It has that jewel on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and reuse previous colors from previous outfits because I want the torso to be exactly the same color as the dress. We can totally like change the necklace pendant to like a white, and maybe even chain to a white as well, just like that. Now for sleeves, I think the best sleeves to actually use would be the December Stream, but I actually don't have that. So I'm actually going to be telling you guys, like, you have two options. So you can either use the Gospel Leader sleeves, which I think works so well. I think they look really adorable with Lisa. Or you can actually use the, where is it? Oh my god. Okay, the Royal Rebel sleeves, just because, look at that. They give that, like, feeling that it's a head, like the sleeves and stuff. So you can totally go ahead and use them, or you can just use the other one. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use these, because I just really love these sleeves. Isabella does wear a flower on her hair. However, the flowers that they have in Royal High are just too big. Like, look at this, the magical flower. That's just huge. It doesn't match Isabella at all because she is very detailed and stuff like that. Like, she wouldn't wear such a huge flower on her head. So what I've been using is Lazy's Crown of Roses, because look at that, it just adds some little details onto her head. So you can go ahead and actually use the exact same purple that we've been using. If you want to add another detail, you can totally go ahead and add the spring hair flowers, because during that breakfast scene, she does like grow a bunch of flowers on her hair, so you can totally like go ahead and put them on. They actually look a little bit like too big, but I feel like if you wanted to add that little detail, that would look cute. Now, if I were to put the same sandals that I did with Mirabel, I don't think they would actually show under this dress. So I could totally like put on the Dear Dolly, I feel like, heels on her. I feel like they would look really cute, and we definitely just reuse the same colors. Oops, not those, these, right there, for her. And that's Isabella. Honestly, I really love it. I think it looks so cute, the outfit. Next up is Luisa. So as we know, Luisa is quite a bit lighter than even Mirabel, and I chose this skin tone for Mirabel right here, so I'm probably going to choose a lighter one for Luisa, perhaps maybe this one, or like this one, or even this one. Yeah, maybe I think this one. Next up is her face. Let's go ahead and choose Luisa right there, and now for hairstyle. Alright guys, and what you want to do is actually pretty much just scroll all the way down, and this is the hair that I'm going to be using right here. I am probably going to change it to like this brown, but honestly it doesn't make much of a difference. Like I said, the lighting in here, like the filters that they use in the school are just kind of off, so it looks kind of different. But anyway, that's the hair color that I'm going to be using. Next up is her dress. For her dress, I'm once again going to be using the December stream. But before that, let's go ahead and change her body type. I just realized that I forgot to do that on camera. So Luisa is very tall. She's not just strong, she's very tall. Like if you look at her in comparison to everybody else, she's quite tall. So if I were to put the Roblox girl, she would still look quite short for Luisa. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Roblox boy body, okay? And we're going to go ahead and use the December stream skirt. That's the skirt that I'm going to be using. It looks a little bit weird right now, but we're going to change the toggle, so it should look fine later. And I know that Luisa's dress does have like some details at the bottom. I just couldn't really find a fabric that matched that well, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the dark blue. And I'm going to once again do it all. And as you can see, it did change the whole dress, so we could totally like use this one, but I don't think it really matches like her top. So we can just go ahead and make it like that. Oh wow, that just looked a little bit off. Let me just see. I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys the torso before we can decide on a toggle. I think that's a better idea. The torso that I'm going to use for Luisa is actually going to have to be the Royal Rebel, because as you can see, the other ones did change like to male, and the other ones that didn't change, like for example the Shadow Empress or even the Miss Lady Rose bodice, it just doesn't fit. Like it just looks weird. I really wish that they would add like the male version of these corsets. But anyway, the Royal Rebel one works quite well actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it all into white, because as you know, Luisa wears white. But if you want, you can totally like change some of the little details on her top to like a red, because she does have some red details on her top. So you can just go ahead and do that if you'd like. I'm personally gonna do it. And I am we don't want to do that right now. You can totally just change it to that flare out skirt. It's gonna look quite big, given that Luisa like has a sort of like, she has the same length of skirt, but it's not very long. I honestly think I'm going to go ahead and actually use that second toggle. I think it's the one that best works with this body type. And Luisa does have sleeves, but her sleeves are not going to be the Gospel Lita sleeves. They actually are going to be under torso. I don't know why the baby doll adorable sleeves are under torso, but they're right here. So those are the ones that we're going to be using, and we're going to change them into white. So just like that, that's our Luisa right there. I could totally put shoes on her, but she wouldn't wear heels, and I don't think like you can actually like see the feet under that. So, alright guys, next up is Dolores. Alright guys, next up is Dolores. Like I said, let's go ahead and actually let's change the body type first of all. First and foremost, let's put it to woman right there. Yeah, it's just called woman. And oh my gosh, look how different they look. It honestly, I don't think it changed the head size. Okay, let me go ahead and take everything off. Okay, that's what your character should look like right now. Let's change the skin tone. This, I believe, was this Mirabel's skin tone? Or was this Mirabel's skin tone? I think this was Mirabel's skin tone. This was Isabella's skin tone. So I'm probably just going to make... Honestly, Dolores and Isabella have pretty much the same skin tone. They're very similar. I think this one matches Dolores rather than this one, a little bit more like this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the face. So let's go ahead and change it to the Dolores face. It's literally just called Dolores. And we're going to change the hairstyle for Dolores. And once again, all you want to do is just scroll down, like all the way down. There are so many hairstyles here, like so many. But what you want to do is literally scroll all the way down. I believe it's all the way down here. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is the hairstyle that I've been using. Oops. We need our diamonds. Come on, pop those bubbles. And this is the hairstyle. Oh no, it's not. I've chosen the wrong one. Sorry guys, I clicked the wrong one. It's this one right here. I think it's up to 5, but I could be wrong. I really don't know how to read these. Alright, and I'm just going to go ahead and once again leave the same hair color because it's not really making much of a difference. Next up is Dolores' dress. So personally, I think the dress that the best matches is actually going to be the cottage princess. But I don't know. I've done this already with that skirt. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the December string for the sake of this video because we've already been using it anyway. So let's already go ahead. There are some fabrics, of course, for Dolores in here, but I don't think I've been able to fully find ones that fit. And I know a lot of people complained in my last video that, oh my gosh, you used one for the passes. So I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you guys how I would do it if I didn't have the pass. I would just go ahead and use a really dark red on my skirt. This red right here is actually perfect. And then I would come here and go ahead on the torso. Alright. For Dolores, I am once again going to be using the Miss Lady Rose bodice just because she does wear a choker that I'm going to be putting on her after this. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the most simple one that we can find. And if you don't have that pass, you can just use a, actually, it's more like a lighter yellow. Okay, we've been teleported. There literally was no way to go with that ball. I'm literally in a private server right now, which, by the way, I've taught you guys how to get for free. So if you haven't checked that video out yet, you might want to go back to that video and check it out. But anyway, so what you want to do is, her dress is actually a lighter yellow, so maybe this yellow right there even, and then you can make it a darker yellow, just like that. I chose this one. This looks really weird because it's so dark. Like, oh my gosh. Alright guys, I had to turn on a filter so you guys could actually see. So this is pretty much what her top looks like. She, like Luisa, actually has a top that sleeves that actually look like the baby doll adorable sleeves. So I'm just going to go ahead and use those. And I'm going to go ahead and actually use the yellow. The lighter yellow, I believe, just matches better. You can totally like put the Day of DOTD aromatic chest flowers as the yellow. I'm pretty sure like the darker yellow like that. If you want to, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and use this like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on her necklace, which is a choker that you can get like for really cheap in the shop. Alright, so it's right here. You can totally still get it in the game. It's really cheap. I'm pretty sure like it's 500 diamonds or something. So you can go ahead and choose that, and I'm going to go ahead and put it as a yellow with, oh no wait, I think it's the other way around. I think it's red with a yellow, yeah, it's red with, yeah, I'm going to make it a different red though. Oh, oops, that's not what I meant to do. And the yellow, just like that, but I'm thinking of like a darker yellow like that. This is honestly really hard to do in this realm. The colors are just a little off. Okay. I think like that. I like that works. And then she, of course, wears that iconic bow on her head. So we can just go ahead and choose it. I'm not 100% sure where it is. You guys can get it at the wheel. I taught you guys how to do it without that bow, actually. So if you don't have the bow, make sure to go check out the cheapest way to dress up as Dolores, because I had to use that because I didn't have the bow then. Alright, honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and look it up. I think it's just called bow. Is it? Oh my gosh, I can't find it. I found it, guys. It's literally called the bow headband right there. And I believe, yes, she wears it red as well. Just like that. Oops, that's a little too dark. I'm probably going to make it like that red. Yes. So just like that. I really love glitter, as you guys know, and I am going to change her skirt. Oops, what did I just do? Oh, I put something on her head. Okay. And I am going to change it to the glitter version, that third toggle one. I don't know what color shoes Dolores wears. I am pretty sure it's very similar to Mirabel, so I'm once again going to be using the Cherry Blossom sandals, just like that, because honestly, everybody in the movie wears sandals, but I don't think we actually got a shot of Dolores' foot. So I'm just going to go ahead and make them like a little bit brown. Maybe I'm going to just color it all just like that and leave it that way. I am going to have to make a part 2 of this video, guys. I'm really sorry. The video is already like 20 minutes long. I'm really sorry about that. I was able to teach you guys 4 Encanto characters. So if you want me to do the other characters in the movie, let me know down in the description, and I will bring in a part 2. But alright guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the squad. And I'll see you guys